Hey everybody, I'm getting ready to change out the water pump on this 2002 Chevy S10 4.3 Vortex, okay? And I never have changed one out on one of these before, but I watched a lot of videos on YouTube of people showing you how to do it, and looks like a pretty straightforward, simple job, other than people have a lot of trouble getting this fan off. And they go and they get special tools, and you hit this thing with a big hammer, and all kinds of different. Everybody seemed to be having trouble getting it off one way or the other. And I just took this thing off like it was a snap, and all I did was use that. And I'm going to show you what I did. But before I show you this, I want to show you a couple other things quick. But trust me, I don't know why nobody has done this or shows this on YouTube. Maybe they are. I did the same thing when I changed the water pump on an old GMC Safari van I had. It was a 97 Safari van. And it was the same setup, basically. So let me just show you a couple things, and I'm going to show you how to get that van off without, busting your brain, okay? Okay, first off, I'm in my home now. I'm showing you what I've watched. I typed in how to replace GM 4.3 water pump in the search. And there's a whole bunch that pull up. And I watched this one here called How to Change a Water Pump 2000. It's Guy Huber's Ranch 2000 Chevy Blazer 4.3 V6. Part 1, and it's 44 minutes long. I forget how long part 2 is, but it doesn't matter. He made a full-length movie, How to Change It, and he does a few things that are kind of, he gets it done. And what I'm going at here is, if you've never done this job before, I recommend give his a watch, because he's got 2 parts, and like I said, it's a full-length movie showing every step he does pretty much. And if you've never done it, it's and you got the time, give it a watch. And then after you watch his, just go up to this guy here, Dirty Dude, Chevy 4.3 water pump replacement. He shows you how to do it in 9 minutes and 45 seconds. There's other people doing it in even less time, but I really like this. The Dirty Dude guy, I think, had the most straightforward, easiest to follow instructions. I enjoyed it, but if you've never done it before, you might want to watch the full-length movie. Having said all this, now I'm going to take you back out to my S10 and show you how to get that clutch fan off. And it is so easy, at least it was for me. Okay, we're back here, and we're looking down here, and I've already taken it off. And when I got in here, all I did was I got a little piece of wood and I wedged it in here. You see that? So that when I started to turn this to take it off, here, maybe you can see. Now I'm going to have trouble because I'm trying to do this while holding this camera. But all I did was put a little piece of wood down in there between the pulley wheel on what I'm guessing is the power steering. Is that? I don't know what that pulley wheel's for. Yeah, it's not the AC, I know that. Must be the power steering. But anyways, I wedged a piece of wood in there between it and the belt. And when you start cranking, this gets pulled down in, and it literally binds against the belt and the pulley, and this thing locks up. And I did it like 1, 2, 3. It was so simple. It was just so simple. Okay, you see how that just came out? When I'm going the opposite way now, and it's going to come off because it's loose. But this thing was, tight like they all are when this water pump's never been changed. I know the original owner. And I bought this from him, and he's never changed the water pump. It's kind of low mileage, but it's 18 years old, and it started leaking. And when you see how it goes, sucks down in there as you start to go, but this thing came right off. And what I wanted to do was show you the piece of wood. All right, now you can. I'm going to take it out. That's all I used. See that? Well, you know, there's my hand as you know, compared to the piece of wood. You see the thickness of it. I didn't even make it into a wedge. You know, it's sort of wedge shaped, and that's all it takes. And presto bango. Then the other thing I've seen is people, when they go to drain the radiator, I saw a couple different people, they didn't do it, but that little petcock thing down there, this is what you use, and you got to put it in there and, you know, turn it counterclockwise to open it. And you can see, be careful, because if you go too far you could break it, but you turn it out. And if yours doesn't want to come out, I've seen people, and they literally get underneath there and open them up with just their fingers. And mine was stuck, okay? It was stuck. And I used this to get it opened. And even after using this, you know, if you look in there, I'm going to try to show you. Let me put this on pause. Okay, we're at the wheel well, and I'm going to look in here. And it's right down here. You got this little flap you pick up, and you'll see it. You can get at it from this side, or you can get at it. This side to me was the easiest side from the wheel well. And if you really want to, you can jack your vehicle up and pull the tire off. But you get in there, and you're going at it. So this is going into the petcock. And then you turn it. And mine was frozen, and to get mine to loosen up, I soaked it down with WD-40. And now I can get in there, and probably I think I could open up with my fingers. And this is the final tip, and never forget this. This is what I really got mad about and wanted to tell everybody. Hold on. How did I create this monster? Okay, my check engine light came on, and it said that the thermostat was bad. So I pulled the old thermostat out, and I decided to flush the motor. Okay? Well, I put the new thermostat in, and I decided to put a new radiator cap on, and that all worked fine. But I flushed the motor. You know what? I'm 68 years old. And the last time I used this stuff to flush a motor was like around 1971. I'm going to say 1971 in a 60 Buick that I had. And after I flushed it, that damn water pump on that 60 Buick started leaking. That was the very first time in my life I changed a water pump on a car. And I had issues on that one too. When I put that one on, I didn't know you needed to use a gasket. I just used gaskets, you know, cement, and that thing leaked like hell. And a friend of mine told me, hey man, you need to use a gasket. But that's almost 50, now we're talking 50 years ago about. And here I am 50 years later, and this thing, I said, oh, what the hell, maybe, you know, the systems are better, and so on and so forth. And I put this stuff in, and, you know, to flush it out, and then I put, you know, these in. By the way, the thermostat did correct the problem. The check engine light is no longer on. The motor's running at the proper temperature. It was way cool. It was running too cool. But then, actually, you know, I come out the next day and drip, 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 drip. This stuff sucks. I'll never use it again as long as I live. If you put this stuff in your system, beware. And I'm not going to open this up, but it didn't even seem to clean it up, really. I don't know. You know, I didn't see much change in what you could see there when you look into the radiator, but it sure to hell made that water pump start leaking. Anyways, don't forget. Don't use this crap, this here, wedge it in there and try it out. It worked perfect for me. It worked on that van I had. And so this time when I'm getting ready to change this water pump out, I think I'm going to put in a new lower radiator hose. And there I go. There's me Now I got to fish that out of there. Everybody have a wonderful day.